Hiya guys, it's Waz with a massive plane. Well, what's going on then? Right guys, this is a Deff bomber. I was sent it looking a lot different than this. I haven't built this body. Okay, the body is not of my doing. Someone built it, sold it on eBay. The guy I do a lot of work for bought it, and I've taken it and I've changed it. And what I've done to it is on the front here I've made a Deff arsenal. So it's it looks like a bit like a mosquito. Well, I think the whole plane looks a bit like a mosquito, to be honest with you. But yeah, so I've made this like Deff arsenal thing here, and I think it turned out really cool. I'm really impressed with how that turned out, and it looks just absolutely awesome. Yeah, really like the look. So for it to be a Deff bomber too, it has to have 4 big shooters on each side of the plane. Now there's just simply nowhere to put these 4 big shooters. Sorry, it's a bit dark in here, guys. There's just nowhere to put these big 4 shooters, is there? So this is the dilemma I had. Okay, now as it looks at the moment, I love the look of this plane. Really love the look of this plane. In fact, I'm proper thinking about making one myself, just for my own pleasure. So the 4 big shooters, that's the dilemma I had, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether to make like little turrets here and have them sticking out, but it just didn't look right. This, as it is now, is how I would display this model. Okay, if I was going to game the model, okay, that's how I'd game it, with 4 big shooters. Okay, and they do move left and right, as you can see. They're very close together. Reason why I did that is because it just needs it. You know what I mean? It's a massive. I think it's a little bit of an eyesore. Obviously, it messes around with the aerodynamics completely. But let's face it, orcs don't really think about that type of stuff. But anyway, needed a place, because this is such a small aeroplane that's got such a lot going on it. That's what this is there to do, is just to represent. And then obviously when he's not playing the game anymore, just takes it off and puts back on the turret, and then he's back into his display mode. Okay, and I think that's just awesome. The undercrackers then, let's have a look. It is just jam-packed underneath here. It's just full of weaponry. I love it. I really do love it. I'm so I really do impress myself sometimes. 3 rockets, 2 bombs. The bombs here are magnetised. Reason being is because they were quite easy to magnetise. This sort of stuff here wasn't easy to magnetise, so I didn't magnetise it. He wanted it on display all the time anyway, so I thought, do you know what, sod it, I'll just glue it. That's what most people do anyway. Yeah, more rockets here, bombs, 2 bombs underneath here. So it's just jam cracked with weaponries underneath there. So I changed that around a little bit after he sent it to me. Little grot gunner there in the back. He's actually looking out the back of the plane now. He wasn't before. You could barely see that there was someone there, but I thought that was quite cool. Yeah, so that's that. I think this is one of my favourite models that I haven't built. If that makes sense. All I've done is I've added a little bit of my own influence to it, and came up with this. Now I've put that grot there at the back. Oh, it just sits down. So there you go. Yeah. So there you go. A Deff bomber. Like I said, I didn't build the body. this part here. I believe it's made from 3 Deff fighters, or Dakar jets, sorry. All I've done is change the paintwork a little bit. The painting on it wasn't great, so sorry John if you painted it. But yeah, the paintwork wasn't great. But I've just spruced it up a little bit. I've used a bit of that typhus corrosion, is it called? Now people keep asking me how I do this paint job, so I'm going to try and zoom in for you. Move the camera a little bit. Right. So at the moment, how I get this look here. Okay, so please listen, because I'm not going to do a tutorial on it. I don't do tutorials on painting. Right, what I start off with is a matte black spray paint. Okay, I get mine from Halfords, matte black. Then all I do is dry brush it with bolt gun metal. Okay, then I add typhus corrosion, I think it's called, and I cover it with typhus corrosion, and as it's drying, I give it a wipe over again with the brush, just to get all the nooks and crannies and that. Then I dry brush it again with bolt gun metal, and then at the very end I use that new dry rust paint that Games Watch are doing at the moment, the orange bit, and I just gently do the corners and the edges and stuff with this rust paint, and I get this effect. Alright guys, and if you're not going to paint on this and just going to leave this metal, then it just, like I've done here, it's just absolutely fantastic. I can't stress to you enough that, I mean, it's not like me to big up Games Workshop, but yeah, Games Workshop, these 2 paints at Games Workshop that I've produced recently are amazing, especially for orc lovers. I do highly recommend you get them, and it's so easy to use. Honestly guys, it's so simple to use. Just go onto the YouTube channel of Games Workshop and just look and watch the guy who's demonstrating using this paint, and that's all I did. I'm thick as fuck, honestly. You just go on there and follow what they do. Right guys, that's it. I hope you enjoy this model as much as I have showing it off to you. Yeah, it's turned out really well. I'm really pleased with it. Okay, anyway guys, enjoy. See you later.